Welcome to spring in Japan, and this is the brand new Subaru XV. And yes, I know what you're thinking, it looks a lot like the old Subaru XV. Well, looks can be deceiving. The body style might be familiar, but it's all out, all change underneath. The XV is the smallest SUV in Subaru's range, which includes the medium-sized Forester and the larger Outback. Subaru has flown us to Japan to check out the second generation XV ahead of the car's launch in June. The body shape is instantly recognisable as the quirky XV, and Subaru has updated the front and rear end along with the interior. Like the current car, the new one is also based on the underpinnings of the Impreza, and that means big things for the XV. Subaru has spent basically the GDP of a small country over the last couple of years developing a new global platform that's going to underpin all of their cars going forward, and the XV is actually the second car to get it after the Impreza. And it's an excellent chassis as well. It's stiff and it's light. In fact, Subaru tells us that some parts of the XV chassis are up to 100% stiffer than the outgoing model. The XV basically picks up all of the mechanicals from the Impreza, including its all-wheel drive system, its 2-litre engine, and its CVT gearbox. It'll also get Subaru's EyeSight safety system on most models except for the entry-level version. So from here, there's really not all that much difference between the new Impreza and the new XV, which is hardly surprising. The XV is what they call a top hat on top of the Impreza's platform. That's no bad thing though. The updated Impreza is a great car with fantastic packaging, and the XV follows suit. Its suspension is 75mm taller than the Impreza too, which gives it just a bit more ground clearance. Subaru has also added a feature called X Mode, and no, that doesn't mean Hugh Jackman gets out and helps you with the groceries. It basically gives the XV a bit more chops when the going gets, well, less supermarket car park and more muddy country road. By simply punching the X Mode button, the XV uses a combination of its engine, its drivetrain and its brakes to give you traction in slippery conditions. And it also engages the hill descent mode. Quite interestingly, as I'll just show here, the hill descent mode actually works in reverse. So now we've engaged reverse, it's telling me low speed, I've got the foot off the brake, and the car is maintaining a safe speed backwards down the hill. That's quite impressive. Look, make no mistake, it's not going to tackle the Simpson Desert, but with a little more ride height, and with this X Mode get out of jail card already fitted, it does mean you can venture a little further off the beaten track if you need to. We've only had a really limited time aboard the XV today, so we're going to have to wait till we get home and get it on local roads before we can give you a final definitive answer on how good it is. But I can tell you that it does have the same engine as the Impreza, and it does have the same problem as the Impreza, in that there's just not enough there. The new global platform is good, it's stiff, it gives the car a real bright personality. And the engine has been made over from top to bottom, and it's very economical. But at the end of the day, when you put your foot down, especially in this era of turbocharged cars, you expect a little bit more mid-range, to pass on a highway, to go up a hill. And as good as the XV is in most areas, one of the areas where it is let down is in that powertrain department. Don't hold your breath waiting for a solution though. Senior Subaru engineers told us that the turbo engine from the Levorg wagon, for example, simply won't fit in the new global platform. And it's a similar story with manual transmissions. Subaru sells them to the Americans, but swapping them back to right-hand drive is apparently very complicated and very expensive, and Subaru Australia just doesn't sell enough of them to justify the cost. Subaru's quirky little XV really has what it takes to stand out in a sea of small SUVs, and the new car is quieter and safer than the previous generation. But in this turbocharged world, does it have enough to keep up with the competition? We'll have to wait till we get it back to Australia to find out. You want to read the full review? Click right here. And don't forget to click subscribe if you want to stay on top of all of our latest videos.